Welcome and good morning to Wake Up Real Estate. It is Friday, which means it's Free Leads Friday, and Mark is fired up for Free Leads Friday. I hope you are too. Good morning, all. From the Lucas ladies, Angie, good morning to you. TGIF is right, Mike, and it should be TGIFFF. TGIFFF. Thank goodness it's Free Leads Friday. How about that? How about that? So again, welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. This is episode 20. It's Friday, Free Leads Friday, March 3rd. I'm flying solo today. Speaking of flying, Ryan actually flew up to Pennsylvania last night, and we'll have more on that probably next week and the weeks coming. He's actually looking at buying a house back up here in Central PA. We'll see how that goes. So flying solo today. Do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tag a teammate, tag someone in your office, tag a referral partner, tag your mortgage lender, whatever. Share the love, share the show with others. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please subscribe, rate, and review. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Our subscriber count is growing. It's fun and exciting for me to see that. We're up over 200 subscribers in just a few short weeks. Greater rising to you, Winifred. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And I've got lots of good stuff planned for today. So without further ado, actually, let's start with this. I have a question for those of you tuning in. Do you have any appointments scheduled between now and Monday's episode, Monday's show, right? So do you have any listing appointment, showing appointments, buyer consultations? Do you have an open house scheduled? What do you have going on today, tomorrow, Sunday? Do you have any appointments scheduled? And if not, let's make that happen. Use some of the scripting, the text that I've been sharing the last week or so. Anyway, let us know. Buenos dias. Yesterday we were going German. Today we're going Spanish. Buenos dias to you, Lance. It was great chatting yesterday. Tiffany has an event scheduled with Mark. Let's go. So that is an event for self-employed borrowers, a home buyer workshop, specifically helping self-employed borrowers to qualify for a mortgage, which actually is perfect foreshadowing to something I'm going to mention later, an event that we're doing Monday after the show at 11 a.m. Eastern. So Tanya has a listing appointment on Tuesday. Giddy up. 4 buyer consults. Let's go. Let's go. Showings all day tomorrow. Right on, Brendan. Good stuff. Coaching calls count, Lance? Of course. That's an appointment. That's something positive. Shay, good morning out there in Utah, my friend. I know Shay's got appointments. There's no way that Shay doesn't have a whole bunch of appointments lined up for the rest of the day. And I'll share that I've got a listing appointment this afternoon. I've got a showing this afternoon. I just got an email from another one of our prospects in my database that he wants to schedule a showing. Now, this property doesn't go live. It's coming soon. It doesn't actually go live until Monday, so we're going to get that scheduled. So I'm stacking things up. Cosette on my team, I know she's got some showings this weekend, so things are picking up and looking up. And actually, I wasn't going to do this in this order, but since I brought it up, listing appointment this afternoon. Let me give you a little backstory on how that came to be. Yesterday afternoon, I'm out running errands. I was probably picking up one of my children. I don't remember. It was mid-afternoon. It must have been me going, oh, you know what it was? Actually, I know what it was. I had to take my wife's van to get service. That's what it was. I was driving my wife's van to get service. I get a call. Guy by the name of Larry. Larry says, hey, I got one of your postcards a few months ago about a house that you sold in my neighborhood. And I think it's time for me to sell. That was literally, now he told me a little bit more of the conversation. He's an older fella. He's moving into he's going to move into a place where he can get some more care, managed care, things of that nature. But the thing that struck me and what I wanted to take a minute to A, show you the postcard, and B, emphasize the power and the value of direct mail. This person, from what I can tell, I'm not sure he has an email address. He called me from a landline. I don't know that he has an email address. He certainly, if I had to guess, he certainly is not on social media. He's not on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of that stuff, right? And the reason why I'm getting that opportunity, and I'm telling you right now, it was pretty much a come list me call. Not pretty much, it was a come list me call. The reason why is because I sent direct mail. Direct mail has shelf life. When you send out direct mail, if it's good, and I'm going to give you an example of a good direct mail piece here in just a minute. If it's good, they will hang on to it, and you will get calls like that in the future that you may not have gotten otherwise. Okay. So we've mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again. The direct mail platform that I use, that I love, that Ryan is a co-founder of is thanks.io. And if you go create a free account at growwithjosh.com/thanks, growwithjosh.com/thanks. I knew Shay had something going on. I knew it. Growwithjosh.com/thanks. Create your free account. And when you do that, email Mike on my team, Mike@growwithjosh.com. We've got a whole bunch of bonus tutorials, trainings, resources, etc. And the Thanks team and our team will help you get your direct mail campaigns out the door if you want. So let me give you an example, I'm going to show you the exact postcard that Larry referenced on my call with him. Okay. This is an example just sold postcard that I sent to his neighborhood. Now, when we get a listing in a neighborhood that we want more listings, we do a sequence of 3 postcards. We do a just listed, we do a just pending or just went pending, and we do a just sold. Okay, so we're hitting the same audience 3 times. And one of the cool things with thanks.io is you can do that in a neighborhood and only or just target the likely to sell folks in there, or you can just blanket the whole neighborhood. It really depends on the density of the neighborhood and things of that nature. And I don't want it. This isn't intended to be a deep dive on that, though we will do that in the future. The point is just listed, just went pending, just sold. Now you can just do the just listed, just sold if you want to just do twice. But this is the postcard that got me the listing appointment this afternoon. So go to growwithjosh.com/thanks, create your free thanks account, email Mike@growwithjosh.com so we can get you our example templates and how we do some of this cool stuff. I also sent out a mailing with thanks.io yesterday. I sent out a mailing yesterday on behalf of one of my clients. I have a client who is looking to buy a multifamily apartment building, and there's 3 specific school districts he's looking in. And I sent a campaign out to the owners of multifamily properties in that area that are, they own a multifamily, so they're absentee owners, and that were individual owned, in other words, not owned by a corporation. And I don't know if we get enough yeses. If you want to see that, who wants to see that postcard? And if we get, let's see here, if I get 5 yeses below in the comments, I'll show you that postcard if you want as well. And while we are waiting for those comments, some comments here, and then I want to get into the mortgage news. I want to get into the motivation tip for the day, and then get into Free Leads Friday. Free Leads Friday. I haven't forgotten. Okay, I've never mailed a just pending. Yeah, I mean, it's another way to get a touch. Now, I would say of those three, it's the least important, let's say. But there's nothing wrong with sort of telling the story, right? Hey, we just listed this property. Hey, we just went under contract on this property. Hey, we just sold this property. All of those things affect the value. I received a listing from a magnet calendar that I had sent 3 years prior. Okay. Direct mail is powerful. It certainly is. And then this was related for Larry. Florida has managed Claire plus sunshine. Listen, Lance, the sun's shining here this morning too. It's just, 30 degrees colder probably than there. And then I don't want to forget to give some shout outs here. Showing Sunday also did videos for buyer last 2 days and 2 listings later this month. Kudos, Paul. Kudos. We've got a bunch of yeses. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the mortgage news. I'm going to do our motivation, encouragement, inspiration for the day. Then I'll show that postcard that I launched up and fired out yesterday. And then we'll get into the Free Leads Friday goodness for everybody. So, and Winifred says, just pending shows time frame from start through sold. Absolutely. You're telling a story. Hey, we just listed this property. Hey, we just went under contract on this property. Hey, we just sold this property. And oh, by the way, this property is in your neighborhood. And you've probably seen my sign there too, right? So you're making a compelling argument that if or when they think about selling, they're going to call you. And the thing that I didn't even mention with the thanks postcards, if you saw the QR codes, when people scan, everybody that scans, that's a lead for you because of the way the QR code functions. And that series, so that for that townhome, the one that I was showing here, I'll bring it up again. The one that I was showing here, this postcard got me a 7% scan rate. The just listed postcard got me a 9 or 10% scan rate. Actually, it was 10 out of 96. I sent out 96 postcard, 10 scans, and then the just pending, that one got like 5 or 6. So those are leads. Some of them were duplicate, right? They scanned, some of them scanned all 3 of them, right? But those are the hot leads. Those are the ones that are probably more interested. Okay, quick look at mortgage news and rates. They're up more. They continue to climb. They're up versus yesterday. They're up almost 0.25% on average over the last week. They're up over 1% over the last month. And if you look at the yearly, up 3%. And yet there's still loads of opportunity. So since we're talking mortgage real quick, I want to take a minute to invite you. Let me change my banners here. On Monday at 11. So after the Wake Up Real Estate Show at 10 a.m. Eastern, on Monday at 11, we have a special guest coming on for our Monday Marketing Mastermind, where we're going to be talking about how to use non-traditional mortgages to help more clients and sell more homes. So how to use, how to tap into programs where self-employed business owners, you can buy a home or investment property with 1099 or with written verification of employment, or if they're an investor, a DSCR loan, which means there's no income verification. The property qualifies. How to do FHA down to 500, how to do VA down to 500. Actually, VA, the credit score is irrelevant if other factors are met. Other programs, ITIN, so individual taxpayer identification number programs, foreign national programs. The class, you can register. It's totally free. And it's a mastermind. We're going to have a special guest on who will talk through some of these programs and things to consider. And then we'll open it up for brainstorming, masterminding, etc. You can register for free at nonqmclass.com, nonqmclass.com. Non-QM is the fancy mortgage term for non-traditional mortgages, right? Like it's not the typical box, not a conventional mortgage or some of the government-backed mortgages. So you can check that out and register, no cost whatsoever, nonqmclass.com. That'll be Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern after the show. Okay. So here's what I want to do now. I'm going to pop up my motivation, my inspirational, where did it go? From Teddy Roosevelt. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. This is a conversation that happens often with some of my children. Hey, so-and-so, you need to do this. I know. Okay. Well, knowing and doing are 2 different things. So let's go from knowing that you need to put your clothes away to doing the putting of the clothes away, right? Knowing that sending out a weekly email newsletter following our best practices and our process, knowing that will get you more business, won't get you more business unless you actually do it, which, by the way, is foreshadowing. I'm going to share a little short, a YouTube short tomorrow morning on that topic and show you my weekly email newsletter template from that's going out this morning, and how you can model that. So stay tuned to the channel for that one as well. Okay, we had plenty of yeses, which means I need to make good on that promise of sharing the postcard that I sent yesterday. So let me pull that up real quick. So it's not loading while I'm screen sharing, and take it. I had 2 cups of coffee already this morning, so now I need to hydrate. And I'm flying solo, which means I'm doing all the talking here, which Ryan would probably have no problem saying that I do all the talking even when he's here. Sometimes too much talking. Sometimes I'm not letting him get enough enough commentary in edgewise here. So hold on, bear with me. I'm just trying to pull it up here for everyone. Well, as I'm pulling it up, it'll give me another opportunity to encourage you to all get your free thanks.io account at growwithjosh.com/thanks. And then email mike@growwithjosh.com, mike@growwithjosh.com for bonuses, templates, examples, etc. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me get back to this. Right here. Okay, so once again, to set the story on this, I sent this postcard on because I've got a client who's looking to buy an apartment building, a multifamily apartment building in a specific area, 3 specific school districts, and there's very little. I think there's 3 listed right now, and they're pretty aggressively priced. Let's say I don't know that they're being realistic on price. So I'm proactively trying to be a deal maker, right? A transaction alchemist, if you will. So this is the postcard I sent out. It went out to 57 properties. Ugly yellow front. I know from experience. I've sent thousands of postcards over the years. In fact, I got started in real estate as an investor, and one of the ways that I did deals was as a wholesaler, and I sent out literally thousands of ugly yellow postcards over the years. They will get the attention of the recipient, and they will get them scanning or taking the next step. So the front of the card, very simply, James, would you consider selling your apartment building to one of our clients? His name is Doug, right? So I've got Doug here. And this is a picture of that apartment building. Thanks.io. It's wicked cool. Wicked cool. This is the apartment. Also, when someone scans that, specifically when whoever this is, who's this fella? This guy's name is James Wolf. When James Wolf scans that QR code, I will get an email in real time that says, James Wolf just scanned the QR code on the postcard that you sent him that looks like this. That's a hot lead. That is a hot lead. That's someone that, there's a reason why they would take their phone out and scan the QR code. Okay. The back of the card. Hey, James, just curious if you'd consider selling your apartment building at the address that the apartment building is at to one of our clients. His name is Doug. If you would, please let me know either way. You can call or text me at this number or email me at this email address. And again, we've got the scan card, the scan there, which, by the way, for this, I just did quick and dirty yesterday, that if they scan that, it goes to a bomb video. It is a bomb video that's just making that case as well. Have you ever hosted a neighborhood open? I haven't. Well, if I did, it was many, many years ago. I haven't recently, but I love the idea. So you schedule an open house. Let's say the open house is 12 to 2, and then you have a VIP neighborhood only open from 11 to 12, and you have the good stuff there, right? You have like some good drinks and whatever. I think that's a wonderful idea, and I am seeing more and more in Facebook groups and so forth that those that are doing open houses are killing it. So if you have the ability and the want to do that, I think it's I think it makes a ton of sense. Lance, it's easier to just not know anything. I prefer to know and do, right? Let's know and do. Right on. So okay, it's Free Leads Friday. Let's get to it. It only took me nearly 20 minutes to get to the Free Leads Friday. Good stuff. But before that, look at this. I had 2 listings next door to each other in my neighborhood and made it a big neighborhood party. That's fun. That's fun. I'm sure the neighbors enjoyed it. And if I had to guess, there was probably more business that came from that too. Okay, it's Free Leads Friday. I want to share two things for Free Leads Friday. Number one, I want to share an email that Laura Stoddard sent me this morning, calling back to something that we talked about. I think it was episode 15, but maybe it was episode 10 of Free Leads Friday, which is Facebook Marketplace. And Laura's results here that she's sharing are making me want to figure out how I can get back to doing this, because my account is banned on Marketplace. I may have to start just implementing, I don't know, I may have to use my wife's account or something. I got to find a way, right? Which is a great lesson in itself. It's free leads forever, starting with Fridays, Lance. I like that. But I'm going to share Laura's post, and then I've got, so to emphasize a past Free Leads Friday session, and then I've got an idea to share as well for those, a different take or a different approach for Free Leads Friday. So here's the email that Laura sent me this morning. I know you're probably getting ready for your morning wake up meeting. Last week, I ran one Facebook Marketplace ad, over 90 leads. She said, I stopped counting. They're still coming in from one Saturday early AM post. There's a lesson there. Early morning Saturday. That maybe that's maybe that's a winning time to post. One purchased the listing. One already purchased it. One has cash and looking for something. One wants acreage yesterday. Probably at least 10 others are serious buyers but not ready yet. They will all go on a nurture/drip campaign. I run the ad exactly as I do on Craigslist. In other words, copy and paste, but I add a link to a single property website for lead capture. No price. I put in $1. Okay. So when she enters the listing, she puts in $1 for the price. Short description with 3 to 5 bullet points, 4 to 5 photos, not the home front view, just across streets. I do have a link to a single property website for lead capture on here. Hardly any people go to that. They typically message me, right? So the reason why I love this platform is people are messaging with you. And Facebook Messenger has an open and a read rate almost as high as text messaging, which is why I was shaking my phone at you. I try to get them to interact or call. Yes, this is a pain, but always worth it. This is critical here. Yes, this is a pain, but always worth it. It's work worth doing. I have my responses pre-written and just copy and paste them back to them. That is a critical point. You can have them in a text pad like this on your phone. You can have it in the Notes app. I'm sorry, on your laptop, or you can have the note in the Notes app. I have all kinds of stuff that I copy and paste from my Notes app for things like this. I have not bad for a good commission with no out of pocket. I call this Messenger for money. I think the key is not doing too many. I only run 1 or 2 a month. Respond back, okay? Because Facebook is tracking everything. So if you respond back to everyone that responds and you do so in a timely fashion, I'm confident that they show your marketplace ad to more people. And she also says, try to interact. Hope this helps. I'll be driving during wake up this morning. How about that? There are so many golden nuggets in that. So here's what I'm going to do. That's not even what I wanted to share today. Okay. I had a different topic for Free Leads Friday. But what this is making me want to do is document this entire process. Now, again, I need to figure out a workaround because my Facebook Marketplace is banned. And I don't think my wife is going to be thrilled if I blow up her Facebook Messenger with people wanting to buy a house. But we'll see. I'm going to figure out a workaround, and then we'll document this. Or we'll use Ryan. Maybe we'll start with Ryan as the guinea pig, because I don't think he's banned from Marketplace. And then we'll document that entire process and show that for everyone. And what I will also do, because there are a great many lessons in Laura's email, I'm going to take that, I'll put it in a document, and we'll post it on the community tab on our Wake Up Real Estate YouTube channel. I'll post it in the Wake Up Real Estate Facebook group, and we'll add it to our wakeup.realestate site as well. So we'll make it easy for you to go and review Laura's best practices and her like big takeaways. And the biggest takeaway is it's work, but it works, right? It's work, but it works, and it's free, right? It's free. Free Leads Friday. Okay, here's the idea I wanted to share, or I had planned to share prior to getting that email from Laura, which made me want to, go back and review that, which is the idea of a free CMA a day, a quick CMA a day. So every day, maybe for the rest of the month of March, you send out 1, 2, or 3 quick CMAs to past clients, right? That's the easiest one to start with. Start with past clients and send them a CMA. Now, I'll explain how different ways you might execute on this idea. But it could be with past clients. It could be with your sphere of influence. It could be your neighbors. It could be old home value seller leads in your database. It could be, anybody, right? Like I think it makes sense to start with past clients if you have a book of past business of past clients. But it could be if you have none of those. Tanya, I'll get to that. Tanya asked mail or email. I'll get to that in a minute. Great question. Get to that in a minute. If you don't have a book of business, if you don't have a sphere of influence, literally, if you just got transported to a new market, here's what I would do. Send them to old expired listings. Go back a year and send them to old expired listings. Go into your MLS, find expired listings, verify that they haven't been relisted or sold, and send them a quick CMA. Okay? Send them a quick CMA. Now, Tanya asks mail or email. It's whatever works for you. Okay? Whatever works for you. Mail isn't free, right? So in the spirit of Free Leads Friday, if you wanted to mail it to them, maybe it's local folks and you deliver the CMA to them, right? Which, I guess it's still costing you gas. But if you like work it into your normal drive routine or whatever, but I don't think there's anything wrong, especially if it's a warmer audience that your past clients, sphere of influence, or past home seller leads. I don't think there's anything wrong with emailing them and following up by either phone or text to make sure that they got the email. Now, how do you put together the quick CMA? There's lots of different ways that you can do it, but one simple way would be I'm going to pull this up and then I'll share my screen. That everybody on here, I believe anyway, has access to is RPR. And they've got what I send for quick CMA data is they have got what they call a mini report. So if I pull this up here, here's a property. By the way, this is a lead that I am working with that I'm close to getting the listing on from the seller email template that I had shared on our channel. There was a YouTube short yesterday morning that I shared, and it was a topic on episode 18 on Wednesday, the email template. And this is one of several that I'm working with that I'm close to getting the listing on, okay? So go check those out after today's session. Now, if I pull this up and I go create report, and I go mini report, and you may not even know this, but you can add custom pages in RPR. So I've got a couple of these are 2 one-page PDFs. One is with some customer reviews on Google, right? So other people talking about how great I am. And then 3 selling options besides a traditional listing that we offer. If we go run report, it'll take a minute here and it'll populate the report. Now, while that's happening, I'm going to go back to this. And a couple, for whatever reasons, when RPR spits out those reports, there's a couple of pages that are just like not useful. So you can typically clip it down to 9 or 10 pages. And then you've got a report that you can mail them. You can send them as a PDF, or you can drop off on their house. Now, by the way, you can mail that to them with thanks.io, growwithjosh.com/thanks. And if you want to see an example of how we send that out, create a free account there, growwithjosh.com/thanks, and then email mike@growwithjosh.com. And I can show you an example. We do that with new home value leads, right? So folks that are requesting a home valuation. Now, if you don't want to do the mini report, or you want to get more like specific or even more valuable, go and into your MLS and find the 3 most relevant recent comparable sales and just print those out. Now, if you want to take this to the next level, here's what I would do. I would use BombBomb or Loom and record a screencast video specifically for example, Paul, talking about the value of his home while literally scrolling through the PDF that you're going to send, the PDF that you're sending them. Okay? Do one of those a day. Do one of those a day, and I would be shocked. And this is like I'm condemning myself for not doing this. You do one of those a day, I can't imagine that over a month's time you don't get a listing opportunity, which means over a year's time, that's 12 listing opportunities. And again, you would never run out of people to send this to. When you talk about past clients, sphere of influence, home value leads, or old expired listings, you never run out of them. You could easily have 365 a day. In fact, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm wondering, why don't I start doing that? I've done it, but it's been sporadically, and I do it for a little and then I forget and whatever. So maybe this is me publicly committing to start doing that and making that a part of my routine and finding the flow to do that. Now, you can do that even with the video. You can do that in 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now, the first time you do it, 0 to 1 is always the hardest, right? 0 to 1 is always the hardest. The first time you do it, it's going to take you the most amount of time, but you'll find a flow to it. And, doing one, that's not where the magic is. And this calls back to something we talked about yesterday, Ryan and I. If you created a property tour video each and every day for a year, you would create an avalanche of content, bringing back more opportunities for you. This is a great question from Lance. How often do you repeat or go back to the same person? I would say it could be as short as quarterly, but probably a year. And for me, one of the reasons why I say that is my sphere of influence, my past clients, my home value leads, like my seller leads, they're all getting a monthly home value report from My Home IQ. So I'm still staying in touch with them. This is a more personal, specific touch. And so I would say, 3 every quarter would be the shortest. And a year, I think, is probably better. Maybe splitting it in half. Maybe it's twice a year. I don't know. Shay, this is a great point. You could use PropStream to find people that have been in the home for 5 to 8 years and have a good equity position. Absolutely. Or you could use Remind to find people that fit that and have a high sell score. If you want to check out PropStream, you can get a free account at growwithjosh.com/PS. Growwithjosh.com/PS. Okay, so that was my idea for the day. Comment below if this is an idea that you're going to run with. Send a CMA a day. And I don't know, you could let's start by making the commitment for next week. And let's turn a week into a month. Let's turn a month into a quarter. Let's turn a quarter into a year. That's how this show got started. Ryan and I were like, let's just get started, right? Now we're 20 episodes in. Now it's a habit. Now I'm going to feel like I'm going to have a sense of withdrawal when we don't do a show, when we don't have a show, right? Angie says, I'm going to run with this. Can I spend an hour and create for the entire week and schedule to send? Of course, right? So I love that. You're batching the idea. You block out an hour on Monday and you batch it out and schedule them out for the week. Absolutely. I mean, here's the takeaway. Find how this will work for you. Figure out how to make this work for you. Shay says yes. Lance says I'm in. Random anonymous Facebook user. Facebook, will you just show us who's talking here? Says running with this. Angie says, I take a mini report every time I visit a past client, 100%, right? But what if you did this? What if you started to incorporate that into anytime you run an errand, right? Anytime I'm going so-and-so, I'm going to the UPS store. What client or clients do I have on the way that I could drop off? I could do a CMA drop off, right? Adding that is an example of creating atomic habits. James Clear, Atomic Habits. Okay, we've gone long enough, and I actually I've got to call with one of my local team members here in a few minutes. So I'm going to come in for a landing. There was a lot of things referenced on today's show, so I'm going to sum it up here. You can register, and I see that some of you already have. You can register for the free mastermind class that we have Monday at 11. So after the Wake Up Real Estate show on Monday, if you go to nonqmclass.com, we're going to show you how you can use non-traditional mortgage programs and financing options to help more clients and sell more homes. Check that out. Number 2, create a free thanks.io account at growwithjosh.com/thanks. Make sure you email Mike at growwithjosh.com for that. Number 3, I don't know. I'm going to take Laura's email, put it in a document, get it added to the community, get it added to the Wake Up Real Estate Facebook group, and get it added to wakeup.realestate as well, so you can see her takeaways and model that in your business, and we'll document more of that moving forward as well. Number 4 or 5, I'm losing count here. Please do us a huge favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, tag others in your office, and spread the love here. And if you're getting value from this show, please let us know. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel on Facebook. If you're not watching this on our Facebook channel, just go to YouTube and search Wake Up Real Estate. We'll pop up there. Monday, we'll be back on Monday with our normal lineup, and be sharing some really cool stuff, mortgage news, social post. Oh my goodness, I forgot the social post of the day. How could I forget that? I'm going to share that real quick before we wrap up, and tie this in. I totally forgot about this. So my social post of the day ties in a key component of my weekly email newsletter, which again, check out, subscribe to the channel, and check out tomorrow morning. I'm going to drop a little YouTube short showing my weekly email newsletter template and how you can model it. But I took the blog post that's part of that, and I just posted it on my business page, and I posted it on some other local pages as well. Cool, valuable, unique content. So stay tuned for that. I will also be dropping a short probably sometime today, just about that just sold postcard that got me the listing opportunity. So thanks for spending some time on a Friday. Those of you, many of you with appointments today and this weekend, please, number 1, good luck. And number 2, I want a full report on Monday as to how that went and what your takeaways were. And once again, please subscribe, rate, and review if you're listening on the podcast. And if you're watching, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make it a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday.